Imagine walking up a staircase, climbing all the way to the top, only to find yourself face to face with a ceiling. You open a door expecting to enter a room, but instead you're staring at a solid wall. You try another door, and this time it opens to a sheer drop that would send you plummeting 2 stories down. This isn't a nightmare. This is the Winchester Mystery House, and it's very, very real. For 38 years, construction never stopped at this mansion. Not for holidays, not for earthquakes, not even for common sense. The woman behind it all believed that as long as the hammers kept pounding and the saws kept cutting, she could outrun death itself. Her name was Sarah Winchester, and the house she built has become one of the most bizarre architectural mysteries in American history. Today, we're stepping inside the mansion where grief, guilt, and the supernatural collided to create something truly extraordinary. Who was Sarah Winchester? Before she became the eccentric widow building a house to nowhere, Sarah Winchester was Sarah Pardee, born in 1839 in New Haven, Connecticut. She was educated, refined, and by all accounts, a woman of considerable intelligence and culture. In 1862, she married William Wirt Winchester, whose family had struck gold with the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. You know the name, the Winchester rifle, often called the gun that won the West, made the family incredibly wealthy. For a time, Sarah's life seemed blessed, but tragedy struck hard and fast. In 1866, her infant daughter Annie died just weeks after birth. Sarah was devastated, but worse was yet to come. 15 years later, in 1881, her husband William died of tuberculosis, leaving Sarah a widow at just 42 years old. But Sarah didn't just inherit grief. She inherited a fortune that would be worth hundreds of millions in today's money. She received roughly $20 million, plus a daily income of about $1,000, which meant she'd never have to worry about money for the rest of her life. Yet all that wealth couldn't buy back what she'd lost. And according to legend, it was this crushing grief that led her down a path that would consume the rest of her life. The Prophecy Curse. The story goes that Sarah, drowning in sorrow and searching for answers, visited a spiritual medium in Boston. During a séance, the medium delivered a chilling message. Sarah and her family were cursed. The spirits of everyone killed by Winchester rifles, thousands upon thousands of souls, were seeking vengeance. The deaths of her daughter and her husband weren't accidents. They were the curse at work. But there was a way out. The medium told Sarah she must move west, buy a house, and begin building, and here's the catch: she must never stop building. As long as construction continued, the spirits would be confused, appeased, and Sarah would be safe. The moment the hammers fell silent, the curse would claim her life. Whether this seance actually happened is debated by historians, but what's undeniable is that Sarah Winchester believed it. She packed her belongings, left Connecticut behind, and headed to California with a mission that would define the rest of her days. The construction begins. In 1884, Sarah arrived in San Jose, California, and purchased a modest 8-room farmhouse on 161 acres. Most people would have been content with that. Sarah Winchester saw it as a blank canvas. Construction began almost immediately, and it didn't stop for 38 years. This wasn't your typical home renovation. Sarah employed teams of carpenters who worked in shifts around the clock 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The sound of hammering and sawing became the mansion's constant soundtrack. Sarah was deeply involved in the construction, meeting with foremen daily and, according to accounts, holding nightly séances in a special room. In these séances, she claimed to receive architectural instructions directly from the spirits. The ghosts, it seemed, had very specific ideas about interior design, and Sarah listened to every single one of them. The architectural madness. The result of these ghostly blueprints? Pure, glorious madness. Let's start with the staircases. The Winchester Mystery House contains staircases that climb up to ceilings with no way through. One staircase has 7 turns but rises only 9 feet. Another has 44 steps but only goes up to 10 feet because each step is just 2 inches tall. Were these meant to confuse spirits? Was Sarah following instructions from the other side? We'll never know for sure. Then there are doors that open to solid walls. Doors that open to the outside with nothing but a deadly drop to the ground below. Cabinet doors that open to reveal rooms on the other side. It's like MC Escher designed a house after losing a bet. Windows are equally bizarre. Some windows are installed in floors, others look into other rooms instead of outside. There is even a window built into the back of the door. Sarah had an obsession with the number 13. Many rooms have 13 windows. There are 13 bathrooms, staircases have 13 steps, windows have 13 panes, chandeliers have 13 lights. Some say 13 was her lucky number. Others believe it held spiritual significance in her séances. Another recurring motif is the spider web, appearing in windows, designs, and patterns throughout the house. Sarah was reportedly fascinated by spiders and their ability to create and never stopping. Perhaps she saw herself in them. But don't think it was just a chaotic mess. Sarah had exquisite taste and unlimited funds. The mansion features stunning Tiffany stained glass windows, imported materials from around the world, and craftsmanship of the highest quality. Beauty and madness existed side by side. By the time construction finally stopped, the mansion had grown to over 160 rooms, with estimates of around 2,000 doors, 10,000 windows, 47 fireplaces, 40 bedrooms, and 6 kitchens. The house sprawled across multiple floors, with additions jutting out in every direction, creating a labyrinth that even Sarah herself sometimes got lost in. Sarah's life in the mansion. Sarah Winchester became a recluse, rarely seen by the outside world. She lived alone in her massive mansion, with only her staff for company. Every night she would retreat to her séance room, believed to be in the center of the house, to communicate with spirits and receive her building instructions for the next day. Despite her eccentricity, she treated her workers well, paying them generously and on time. She was known to be kind to her staff, though she remained distant and mysterious. Her health was managed carefully, and she never had to worry about running out of money to fund her endless construction project. The house became her entire world, a physical manifestation of her grief, her guilt, and her desperate attempt to escape death's reach. The 1906 earthquake and Sarah's reaction. In 1906, a massive earthquake struck San Francisco, and the shockwaves hit San Jose hard. The Winchester mansion suffered significant damage. The top 3 stories of a 7-story tower collapsed. Walls cracked, rooms were destroyed. For most people, this would be a disaster. For Sarah, it was a message. She believed the spirits were angry with her. Rather than repair the damaged sections, she had them boarded up and sealed off, never to be opened again during her lifetime. Then she redirected construction to other parts of the house, building away from the front of the mansion towards the back. The earthquake only intensified her obsession. The hammers had to keep pounding. The spirits demanded it. The end of construction. On September 5th, 1922, Sarah Winchester died peacefully in her sleep at the age of 82. She had spent 38 years building her mansion, never seeing the project completed because completion was never the point. The moment she died, construction stopped. Hammers were sat down mid-swing. Nails were left half-driven. Rooms remained unfinished, frozen in time as a testament to a project that was never meant to end. Sarah left behind a maze of a mansion filled with architectural impossibilities and a mystery that would captivate people for over a century. The truth about Sarah Winchester and her mysterious mansion may never be fully known. What we do know is that a woman who lost everything turned her pain into something physical, something that still stands today as a monument to grief, belief, and human need to keep moving forward, even if that means building staircases that lead nowhere. Was she running from vengeful spirits, or was she simply trying to outrun her own sorrow? Maybe, in the end, they're the same thing. What do you think? Was Sarah Winchester haunted by ghosts, or was she haunted by something far more human? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this journey through one of America's strangest houses, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more mysteries, history, and stories that will make you question everything. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the most interesting stories are the ones where we never get the full answers.